figured out now. Yeah, nice to have you on board. We have OrcWorker versus Happy beginning right now, with only a slight bit of delay, as they are now meeting on Last Refuge.
Dude, this gets me so excited. Like 2 weeks prior, I would have said that it's an easy 2-0 for Happy.
Yeah.
And I think the chat is saying the same, and the far side by David is suggesting a 70% win chance for Happy as well. But Jera Cup last week or 2 weeks ago, 2-0 OrcWorker.
Yeah,
in a semi-final.
Yeah, I mentioned it in the moments here heading into this game. It was 2 weeks ago, and that was exactly where OrcWorker won with 2-0. But you didn't see the game either, right?
Unfortunately not. But I heard it was just standard and OrcWorker was playing really good.
Alright, cool. Let's see if he's gonna be able to continue this. Alright. The big favorite here, still though Happy, with that recent result. Not as one-sided as many might imagine, but still, yeah, ever since he came back, he has given hope again to Europe to quite an extent when we compare them with the Asian scene. Foggy, pretty much the only guy who was able to do much. He had, of course, a very good run in the last GCS in Shanghai, but Happy, the way he's been playing, we really have big hopes for the guy should he make it to GCS. Of course, it's not yet, determined, it's not yet for sure, but many of the Warcraft fans from Europe would be very surprised if he doesn't make it. But don't underestimate OrcWorker here. That's an easy trap to fall into.
Did you mention the vetoes yet?
Yeah, I did. Which were, by the way, very surprising with OrcWorker eliminating Twisted. I was getting into this into some detail. So maybe he's not going to be going for the tier 3 base harass kind of style with the expansion in the back that we have seen quite a lot from him in the past.
Yeah, for me this looks like very aggressive, maybe even Raider lame in quotes. So just small maps, not even the biggest Blade Master stacking, but more attacking to the buildings maybe.
Really, you think so? Because I always feel that the Raider lane kind of strat works the best on large maps, and the two largest ones were eliminated by him, Twisted and Turtle Rock. So I would expect him more to play honest. But, of course, the Raider lane is always a possibility. As I said, that's something that he got known for. Oh no, the first grunt. Got ensnared, got surrounded. But it's taken quite a long time to... tries to keep it blocked without the DK being there, but that doesn't quite work out. Blade Master is coming in to help out his little green friend, who will survive on about 300 HP. And the DK did trade this for quite a bit of health. Got the big priest here, which was not sentry wards, would have been very nice, but of course with the undead lacking regen for a long time, he's also going to be satisfied with the replenishment, using it right away.
Yeah, I was just about to say that the DK is using a lot of HP, but in this case doesn't really matter too much. And yeah, but it stops his creeping, and that's already good. Usually the undeads nowadays, they jump to level 3, whatever they do. It's like the first goal is level 3 on their DK. And OrcWorker, without taking too much damage here, delaying that. So Happy only now taking his Ogre Warrior out, climbing up to level 2 claws of attack for him. And another replenishment potion for OrcWorker, who did play the one burrow tech. Happy not too far behind though. But it wasn't the super greedy tech that we see from Chinese players like WFZ who tech with 0 fiends.
Yeah, I think did he also... yeah, pretty fast tech regardless. Both players getting up there creeping. The Blade Master now deciding to go for a big item instead of a lot of experience. This can of course be a fantastic one, dropping from the Ogre. And it is. Can't click on it. There we go. Greater healing. Certainly very nice.
Yeah, against the Undead Nuke, definitely one of the better items here. But I think in this matchup, the items are all at least good. So Happy continues his creeping, so you see he's getting closer to level 3, but OrcWorker is doing the same now. It's Claws time, and tier 2 is about to finish, so I'm really curious. OrcWorker, really the Shadowhunter guy, right?
Yeah, always. I think he always plays SH, and I think most of the time he doesn't go TC 3rd either. But this may have changed. Of course, there's quite a big variety of strategies that you can go for as the Orc. There's still the possibility of 2-bay or tier 2 walkers, but no, that's not gonna be... That seems like it has fallen out of favor almost completely. Yeah. We really don't see that anymore. So he's going tier 3, rushing it very quickly with the SH and the bestiary.
Okay. Maybe we'll see Fly's Alchemist strategy working here later on. But that would be really surprising. OrcWorker again scouting with the Grunt. This time the block is on point with the Fiend. Very good micro by Happy once again. Holy cow. And I think he's going to finish it up with the Unholy Aura. This is first blood in our GCS Western Qualifier with the experience going to Happy. But OrcWorker is using his time for the Ogre Magi, for the big item. But still, that was a big loss.
Yeah, absolutely. And is he gonna get found out here? Because it's kind of suspicious that the Blade Master wasn't showing for such a long time. Oh, Book of the Dead. Tier 2. Oh, Tier 3 is just starting here. He would like to use it, but the Undead is right there. He's gonna do it regardless. He's thinking about it. He's still thinking about it. Oh, maybe he just wants him to leave for a little. Oh, but now Happy sees, alright, the Ogre is gone. That means Blade Master obviously has it. Is he gonna have the presence of mind to think about the Book of the Dead? Here we go, he summons it, goes for the ghouls, interestingly. Of course, the Acolyte kills are way more painful.
Yeah, he wants to break the base here by killing the Ziggurat. It's gonna be super close, though. It's about to finish, but no! Now the floodgates are open.
Blade Master, though, is kind of low on mana. He doesn't want to commit to the damage onto the Acolytes. So all things considered, he cancels the Ziggurat, he gets a ghoul kill. That's not bad. But usually you want to get like at least 2 Acolytes with this attack. Yeah,
especially in tech. There's one more coil, so he's not going to lose any of those, I think. It opens up a lot of time for OrcWorker, though, to creep and get his army up. This is a big distraction for Happy. Of course, it's also a bit of experience. But that defense was almost flawless.
And the most important thing is actually cancelling the Ziggurat.
Ziggurat, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because the Lich is still not coming out. That is actually a massive deal.
Yeah, I noticed that as well when I clicked onto a building. Now he is supply stuck, can't get more Fiends out, can't get a second statue out, and of course, yeah, the Lich is only coming in now. That is a big delay. Tier 3, no second hero, and can he... Oh, now, he can enter with the Blade Master if he wanted to.
I'm kind of surprised Worker isn't playing this more aggressively. If he had gone, like, for the aggression after taking the Merchant, he could prevent this creep camp from being taken. I mean, he gets the SH level 3 now, I guess, but he could be taking this camp himself. Happy would have been forced to stay back, and there would be nothing that Happy can do about this. So I think perhaps Worker could be playing this a little better, a little more aggressively, but I guess he wants to get his Shadow up to level 3 and loses one more Grunt. This time it's to the creeps.
That's harsh.
That's of course not supposed to happen.
Maybe getting a little nervous here, but he found the big item, Potion of Greater Mana, and the Ankh of Reincarnation. I think against Undead also not that bad. It takes quite a while to take out this spot. The Blade Master at the moment is doing not too much, and he's super low in terms of damage. We see the TC third, by the way. Last Refuge, a map where you can go up to 30 plus damage. But so far, no luck. From both players, it is a very passive game.
Alright, we finally do have the Lich. The Orb is here as well. 0 experience at the moment. This is really the big story now as we head into the later stages of this game. The second heroes, they are not like evenly matched at all. Is OrcWorker gonna try to find some damage with this? Gonna try to finally go on the offensive? I mean, he lost 2 grunts before. That's certainly painful. Does he feel strong enough on his heroes? Already have Acolytes out for scouting. Always something that you have to be wary of, especially once the Orc is tier 3 with a Pocket Expo. Obviously, now he also sees the Orc player moving over, but he should be fast enough to take out the Ogre Lord. And he gets it, finding the Hood of Cunning for the Dark Ranger maybe later. It could be pretty good. And here we go.
For the Lich is also okay because it's more attack speed and more armor points.
That's true.
It's okay. We see a lot of Undead keeping, for example, Boots of Kel'Thuzad on the Lich now for the attack speed. It's just a super small boost, though.
And again, OrcWorker deciding not to look for a fight, despite having big hero levels advantage. And not only hero levels, but also having 3 heroes over 2. And the Dark Ranger usually really belongs to this Undead army in the late stages. Or the Pit Lord every now and then, of course.
Yeah. In the base, nothing fancy, no Temple of the Damned, no Worm play. Happy plays it with Fiends and Statues and Destroyers so far. Gets the second Rock Golem right now, and this could be a flute. But on the other side, we see the red spot by OrcWorker, and he can fight great stuff there as well. Class plus 12 come to mind. Legion Doomhorn!
Oh, very nice.
That's a welcome gift.
And once he has TC level 2, he's gonna have 2 speed auras, 20% increased movement speed. That's gonna help so much with all these melee units. Still, I feel like he might be giving a little too much space to the undead. Like, it's still only 3 fiends and a destroyer here. Like, there's not much damage. The Lich is getting up in levels. Plus 12 agility, actually, on him. Has been pretty stacked here, fighting the Boots of Quel'Thalas. I can understand it now better, though, for OrcWorker to be playing it passively. The TC leveling him up is definitely worth your time. And now Happy, the one being aggressive.
Yeah, I think OrcWorker wanted to go for an expansion since he moved the peon to the right, but Happy caught it and killed it immediately. So maybe the first glimpse of a greedy OrcWorker as he plays this, as I said, very carefully so far. Orb of Lightning. At big mana, what's the TC's inventory? The Ankh, okay. That's not too good, but also not too bad either.
I think OrcWorker would easily win any fight right now. Yeah. We now have reinforcements coming from the main for Happy. This might change the tide of battle. Also the Pit Lord joining the party. Very good at especially level 1. Probably the best 1-point wonder in the... One of the best 1-point wonders as far as skill points go in the game. But when the TC gets to level 3 and you don't have the silence to work around the stomp, can be really hard for the undead. But here we go. 2 destroyers in the air.
Yeah, exactly. Third circlet, that helps, but it's not that great. Scouting for a shade here. Happy is ready with the heroes up front. The Lich plus 17 damage, and he almost has the level 3 that he so desires. Speed scroll being used to save that Kodo Beast. Can he fight uphill? So far, no walkers to dispel the Howl of Terror. That would be great for Happy. 3 destroyers in the air, here we go.
TC, not finding the stomps yet. The first Kodo dies immediately, finally giving the level 3 for the Lich. We already have the Howl of Terror counteracting the bonus damage from the Kodos. Here comes a big stomp. Only level 1 though. Next heal wave coming through. That was already the second one. SH almost out of mana, but has the greater mana. Don't forget, Blade Master in the front lines has hit level 4. Big damage increase now for him with level 2 crit. But where's the army? Happy's just ignoring the heroes and destroying everything else that OrcWorker has, now leaving him with only those heroes. Double level up for Happy, level 5 on the DK already. Using the coil defensively though, not trying to kill the heroes yet. Yeah, he's just ignoring them. Just ignoring the Orc heroes, only going for the units. Now that they're gone, I guess SH is gonna be on the menu. He'll wave again though, kind of blocking himself, but he will be getting out. Everything's so fast, remember, with the 2 auras. But not fast enough to evade death, as OrcWorker basically lost his entire army.
Russian demolition against the Belarus here. Holy cow, 15 supply lost. Happy up at 62 currently. And this Blade Master is not one to save them. Amazing coil by Happy once again, saving that fiend. Did 2 units die for Happy?
I think the ghouls died.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, good. Okay, but they're supposed to die. So, OrcWorker really letting this game slip through his hands so far. Maybe he can start an amazing comeback, never rule that out if you play against an Orc. But he had so many chances in this game on Last Refuge and didn't capitalize from one of them.
Yeah, taking that one fight, basically we only had one fight this game, and that was right into the Undead's timing, when he had all those mana destroyers, when he finally had like his 60 supply. When I believe before that he would have had a good timing, more than one OrcWorker to be aggressive. But stayed back and only took the fight that Happy wanted, basically. Pendant of Energy, though. This is gonna be really nice. He doesn't have the greater mana anymore, unfortunately. The synergy, of course, would be fantastic. Would love to find like 1 or 2 more creep camps for the level 3 on the TC. But it's gonna be dangerous, because they're over on the undead side for the most part. Oh, Blade Master getting caught.
Yes, no, only one Windwalk, but is the Shade coming? No, it's just in production. So he is safe for now. 51 food for OrcWorker. No expansion up, no money for a tiny Great Hall. But more and more Headhunters are joining the fray. In Berserk form, of course.
Still a big supply lead though, with like about 15 to 20 supply more for the undead. And we have to remember, for the undead, it's basically only...
A player's forces are under attack.
Ah, okay. Now he remade the ghouls, so I thought maybe he would have even more fighting supply and less economy supply. Getting now to level 3 Pit Lord. And with that, might look for the next push.
Think so too. He has an invo potion on the DK. On the Lich, there's nothing, but he's so tanky with 800 HP and 6.6 armor points. That's a lot. Happy is constantly scouting for the expansion. Is he going for it? He can't really, right? No, he can't. No money for him. 12 food down. Only a big healing. The Ankh, of course. And that's about it. No heal potion, no mana potion, no nothing. Here we go. Happy going in for the kill. TC in trouble, gets the first heal wave, but sets out a stomp on the Lich. Now OrcWorker, oh my god, is in trouble with his TC again. Right clicks, and the Ankh is triggered immediately. Good start for Happy.
Trades it for 1 or 2 raiders here. Fiends, I think none of them have fallen yet. One destroyer did die. And this army is looking pretty okay for OrcWorker now. All this piercing damage against the Destros. Good micro though, pulling them all away. These Berserkers now far in the front line. TC does fall. The Ankh not enough in the end to save him. SH in trouble as well. Has to be wary of the coil. Remember, it's level 3 coil. It's so much damage. But OrcWorker here, his army is looking pretty good. This time it's the other way around. Heroes in trouble, army fine. But in the end, it always seems like Happy's has the upper hand. And the coil finishes the SH. Just way too much damage from this level 5 DK. And now, with the Blade Master only having the healing potion, no more heal waves. He's gonna be in trouble himself, gets healed up there with that item. The next time to engage might be dangerous. Kodos have not eaten, by the way. Blade Master again being focused, no mana for Windwalk. But he does get to the back line. But without the Blade Master applying pressure, these heroes for the other can just do what they want. He eats the Fiend, kills the Blade. And that is the GG 1-0 for Happy.
That was a great position with the destroyers in that fight, man. Above the cliff, there were a lot of headhunters, yeah, but there were also a lot of misses. Because he had to shoot upwards, so they didn't take that much damage from them. And then, of course, positioning himself between the Orc army and the production buildings. That was so good. Like, he could snipe everything that was there for OrcWorker.
Yeah.
Everything was out of position. The TC snipe immediately, so good, worked twice. And then, yeah, same goes for the Shadowhunter. Really? He could have abused this Ziggurat kill so much.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's crazy.
Don't go for your own laboratory. Go towards the undead side of the map. Pull out those creeps at his merc camp. Kill them off. He doesn't have a Lich. There's nothing he can do. I think he was just a little too careful.
Yeah, I agree. Next map is gonna be Echo Isles. We all know it as, yeah, the map where you can find a lot of claws.
10 claw spots, Neo. 10
claw.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's true. And I wonder if he plays this differently. I think he can find a better position there if he wants to. If Happy allows that, of course. But so far, the Undead is underlining his state as the big favorite in this qualifier.
Yeah, absolutely. Even with the bad start he had, it just looked so one-sided. That one attack just destroying the army. Didn't even have to have the silence. The TC wasn't so scary yet. And if Hunter wants to go, if Worker wants to go for triple hero again, way harder to find that experience here on Echo.
That's right. Yeah, I'm curious how this pans out. I'm not too sure, but it looks like Hunter came too late and got a death loss.
And that would be a shame.
That would indeed be a shame. I'm not too sure. But
I guess that's the lower bracket, though.
Hawk is ready to play 100k GCS, so maybe he gives them the game. So they can play. That would be such a shame, man. Going to WCA for one game and now for GCS qualifier coming too late again.
That's right, I forgot about that. We had very little time earlier to show the grid, so we can do it again here on our beautiful Liquipedia. You can open up that yourself. If you don't know about it yet, I wonder where you've been all this time, guys. With exclamation mark grid in our chat. Happy now, leading 1-0 versus OrcWorker. Hawk versus Hunter was supposed to be going on simultaneously. Hunter a little late, might be happening slightly later. After that, it's going to be Sonic versus Foggy and Thomas G versus Rudan. Where I would say we go for Thomas G versus Rudan. Because, well, he's the old school guy coming back.
Okay.
I guess we can do a straw poll later.
Game is up, by the way.
Every time I want to show these grids, Alright.
Yeah, the pain of doing the production. I know that.
Alright, very quick though, we mentioned it before. Jera Cup 107, that was 2 weeks ago. We take a look at it for a moment. And there we see OrcWorker in the quarterfinals took out Happy 2-0. We've mentioned it a bunch of times, but here's the proof! Guys, right here, we do have the proof. Now though, when it comes down to it, in this big qualifier, he seems to be running into quite a few issues. Maybe OrcWorker not having the best day ever today, and Happy, well, solid as he seems to always be. With a 1-0 lead, Echo Isles now, this is the Orc's choice. It was between Echo and Amazonia. And he decided to go for Echo. And yeah, here we go.
Happy with early Fiends, not the TED build on Echo Isles, with an interesting building placement as well, I think. I mean, you're the expert, but this looks interesting to me.
I think the building placement is pretty straight up. The ghoul kills the one tree there, then you build the shop there, and then with 2 ziggurats you can wall off your gold mine. I think mostly on Echo, undeads go for fast fiends. You can go for Tet fiends as well though. And by the way, there's a Remo special creep route, Tet fiends creep route. You want to know about it? So you kill the sheep here, and then you kill the pig here in the middle of the map next to the tavern, and then with 4 skeletons you go to the merchant, and with only 4 skellies and the DK you can creep that. Of course, if you get scouted, it's pretty bad, but usually the orc is really busy early on here, stacking up on claws, because as we mentioned before, really easy to find those claws.
True that, so let's see how many he will find. Production of the Blade Master has started, of course the Death Knight will be a little further behind with this build order. It would be a surprise if OrcWorker takes this map, but we saw it on game 1, there is chances, so we shouldn't rule him out. He beat, who did he beat at WCA? Was it Infi?
Yeah, 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0 over Infi, man. This
and he was so confident going in. I was so surprised. Like, we were at the internet cafe where the group stage was being played, and he was like, yeah, against Infi I can win easy, it's human, you know? And I was like, okay, but, you know, it's still
it's
Infi. No, easy. And then he actually easily defeated him 2-0. Yeah. That really impressed me.
Yeah, very nice guy. Would love to meet him again in Shanghai this time. So let's see. Of course, this is the winner bracket today. The loser bracket will be played tomorrow, so there is a second chance for everybody. And definitely, OrcWorker not that happy with our seeding here, or with our grid, but one had to draw the unlucky straw. Okay, Pimpin starts, and it is a Ring of Protection first. Not what he wanted, but at least it's experience, and it is no surprise DK for Happy.
Happy usually very predictable in his early creep routes, and seems like he's going to be going with the standard again. The Blade Master, if he runs over, I don't think he's going to be in time to do anything about this. Has to heal up first, of course. Might make a pit stop at the marketplace, where hopefully he will be more lucky than just getting the ring. Actually keeps the ring. Alright then. I guess he
well, if he goes for creeping, it's still 12% effective HP. It's not that bad, and he doesn't need the money at the moment.
Yep,
so.
That's right. He's supply blocked anyways with a 1 borrow tech. Alright, he's at the marketplace looking for the ogre, buying the circlet and killing off the ogre. Skeleton scouting is being done. DK, by the way, with the circlet himself. And yeah, gonna be cruising towards level 2 here. Both the players under tech quite a bit behind. That's normal, of course, when you're facing a 1 borrow tech. Greater healing again for the blade.
Yeah. Same as on Last Refuge. Yeah, with the early fiends, of course, you can skip on them, so the tech is a little later. Which is quite unusual nowadays, I feel, but maybe he will catch up once he is in China, if he makes it through this qualifier. Level 2 for the DK, nevertheless, Unholy Aura, never wrong. First shop control by OrcWorker, that means he has the boots, and that means more pressure with the circlet as well. A little more damage, a little more HP, that's what you need if you want to contest the undead army at this point. But so far, not even a single little skirmish. A lot of respect, I think, from OrcWorker's side. He doesn't want to do the mistake again with losing the grunt in the early game.
He's gonna have 2 now of those grunts. His decision is gonna be to be aggressive with them rather than trying to creep up. The camp I was talking about earlier, the merchant, super easy to creep with grunts. But with the 1 burrow, makes it of course harder than the 2 burrow tech.
By the way, the game of Hunter vs. Hawk is up at Deport Gaming and High 2 Chaco, I think. They should be streaming.
So get those 2 streams going, guys. Maybe even 3.
Yep.
So you can catch all of the action here today.
Shadow Hunter second by OrcWorker, and no Bestiary yet. He's a little short on resources, as it seems.
There we go. So now the question is he gonna go for tier 3 after this? That's what we're expecting. Or is it gonna be old school European style tier 2 Spirit Lodge as well? Which would surprise us. The 2 armies here are still kind of facing each other off. Seems like Cappy doesn't want to take this Murloc camp, because an unfortunate end snare could mean the death of one of his fiends.
Yeah, both delay the creeping of each other, but of course...
Nice dust dodge there by the Blade Master, though the reveal wears off, the Windwalk wears off just in time. Last hit goes towards the undead, but item also goes towards him, okay. Finding 1 more ring, and the SH moves out to creep.
Oh, here's the end snare. Can he get the damage out? There is a coil, but with a little crit luck, this fiend could be dead.
Needs a lot of crit luck though. Kind of like the game of... Which game was that with the 4 crits out of 5 hits?
Yeah, that was pretty nuts. Shadowhunter finally finds the time to creep something, but Happy, nice defense here of the harass, not losing anything except a good amount of mana.
Early expo. Peon already moving down.
Whoa, that is greedy. But okay, maybe it surprises Happy. He does a good scouting, so it shouldn't surprise him for too long.
I like this strategy-wise. The Blade Master going only for level 2, then going for mass harass, teching very fast behind it, and with a mass harass on level 2, you're probably going to be keeping the DK from level 3 for a long time, and that worked. And now with the level 3 DK not being available, this army is much weaker than it might be in other cases. So this expo has a decent chance of coming up, and it's not yet, hasn't been scouted. Of course, it takes a long time though for Orc expos to come up, so skeletons might still find their way over there in time.
Right. Let's see if he can steal some Murlocs here. He could need that experience, but not that easy now that the Lich is here. Reveal being used, so he sees... Oh, he got it actually!
Yep.
At least the experience.
Yep. Wasn't the item carrying one, was only the tome dude.
Yeah.
Item comes here. Another ring! Jesus Christ, so many rings today. SH finding Periapt. Always nice, especially once those undead levels rise and the burst from the nuke becomes more dangerous. Alright, Skeleton Scouting coming in now. Expo's halfway done. Still plenty of time to cancel. Question is, how aggressively is the SH going to be positioning himself to keep that expansion alive? Probably going to be walking towards the shop here after taking this little camp. And yeah, that's going to be his win condition. Keep this expo... Or keep this expo alive and win with the resources. And at the moment, yeah, it's only level 2 DK, only level 1 Lich. This isn't scary at all yet.
Yeah, he's facing a level 3 Shadowhunter now with the first Berserker for a little more damage. Only 1 Raider, 3 Grunts though. Needs a little more production, but he's short on resources the entire time. And he's supply stuck. I don't really know why. A little macro slip here. The Great Hall is only finished for about 60%, and OrcWorker has to hold this. First little... focus on the Obsidian statue. If this thing falls, it's a great situation with the Blade Masters taking a lot of damage being revealed. But he gets the statue in the process, so that's okay. Losing a grunt over it, not that okay. Heal wave a little too late, and now the push onto the Great Hall begins.
I think the damage should be enough. Let's see. When a few hexes come out, but he doesn't have the mana for hexes, so the cancel will be there. He's gonna lose a fiend for it. Oh, was this TP too early? No, it wasn't.
Happy calculating this perfectly, cancelling the expansion. That was a lot of resources going down the drain for OrcWorker, but the fight wasn't that bad. Statue lost, Fiend lost, and the town portal gone for Happy, and still no progress on his heroes. No level 3, no level 2 on the ledge. So it's still decent for OrcWorker, who gets the 6 o'clock unique spot now, and most likely going for an Invo Potion if he has the resources. Going for the expansion immediately again.
Had a pretty good trade there with a 2-for-1, 1 grunt for those 2 units, and the unit usually really has to rebuy the TP. The Hex and Snare focus fire onto the first hero is just so dangerous, especially when the Death Knight doesn't have a Death Pact yet. Pretty cool scouting here from the Raider, gathering some intel. Oh, we have the Frenzy Ghoul play coming by Happy. A couple of weeks ago he was going crazy with like double crypt late game mass Frenzy Ghouls. We're not there yet. But yeah, lots of normal damage. Very dangerous for those heroes.
That's true, but it's also dangerous for the expansion, which is once again only halfway up. DK got the Staff of Teleportation, interestingly. And now it's time for a base race, as it seems. Of course, OrcWorker's Great Hall won't last that long. So let's see what OrcWorker can do in the main base. And the staff is exactly... Oh my god, it works so well. He cancels the staff, actually, but he thought it would be a town portal. So he bought time, killed the town hall.
This time, OrcWorker knows it's the real TP and decides to speed scroll out of this. No destroyer upgrade yet. Oh, but the units here for Worker are kind of unfortunately blocking themselves. The Frenzy Ghouls very quick to catch up. Looking for a surround here, maybe. This doesn't look like an Orc army that is ready for battle.
No, not at all. The first Kodo is there, so it helps a little, but the Blade Master is not the ultimate weapon that we know he can be. It's really unfortunate with his item drops here so far, except for the Shadow Hunter, that was great, but the Blade Master, a little weak. 50 food versus 47. And with the damage aura, it seems to be okay, but he still doesn't want to fight this.
Happy's gonna start pimping his Lich a little, something he loves to do on this map, on Echo, with the help of the Marketplace. Reminiscent of Orc players, of course. He has gotten the Gloves of Haste here. Keeping the rings, by the way, still. So is the Orc. Has the day finally come, Neo, where armor is appreciated?
Well, maybe. It is not that bad as people think it is. But of course you can just switch the focus and focus units instead of the heroes, so it's not that great as damage is. Tier 3 only now by OrcWorker. That is incredibly late.
That is so damn late, man.
And that's gonna be a problem once there's destroyers, and the first one is up already, because he has no headhunters, he has no Orb of Lightning, all he has is a Troll Berserker, the Kodos, and the Shadow Hunter. Oh, nice reveal, but it's not enough the Shade survives. Yeah, that's not enough anti-air. I mean, he has to use enough and snares, but you want to use them on the skeletons or maybe to disable heroes or whatever. But yeah, he wanted to go for the expansion, and that's why the tech was late. He tried it again, delayed the tech even further, and that's a big problem.
And destroyers are gonna be an issue to address, but I don't even think the destroyers are so scary. Sounds not very intuitive, but I think Frenzy Ghouls in this matchup can be very problematic if you don't have the late game TC. Level 3 TC is wonderful against Ghouls, but can you really realistically get them in time on this map, on this small one, Echo Isles? Now we have the Burrow play coming in. He's gonna kill this one Burrow, trade it TP for TP. But it was a good trade for Worker, I guess. He kills one Ghoul, gets to eat another one.
Well, the problem is that he's in upkeep now and supply stuck, so he can't go over 56 food currently. He wants to be at 60 for sure, and then maybe start a fight. But that's out of the equation right now. Happy can comfortably sit at 50 because he can take that fight right now, and he will have the economy advantage thanks to no upkeep.
I didn't even realize he went into upkeep already. I wonder why he felt pressured to do that so pretty quickly, I believe. Maybe he wants to have a strong army, creep up the rest of the map, don't give the undead more experience for free. And again, we have Happy moving his way over. This is very old school, like this burrow play, push kind of stuff with destroyers. That's like a thing of 2010. Don't really see that anymore. We now have reinforced defenses coming in, but it's gonna take a while. Good peon scout though. Saw this.
Exactly, yeah. Happy is not going for it anymore since OrcWorker can just walk back. I saw it yesterday by Fly, who at that stage of the game just sent down 5 peons to the gold mine and did some long distance mining. It's not that much, but it gave him like 200, 300 gold, which was the little edge that he needed for the 60 food push. And that worked great. If not scouted, of course.
Destroyers now using their mana to creep instead of taking out burrows. And OrcWorker still seems to be pretty scared here of the burrow push. Reinforced defense is still not done. Close to being, though. Has the upgraded Kodo aura now. That's quite the increase in power. But the turtle here seems to be going to the undead. But the army is small, so if OrcWorker gets down here, this might be a good fight for him. But of course, TP has the TP is on the undead side. Should he feel the need to use it? Level 3 for the Lich. Pendant of Energy. And looks like he wants to take this fight. Or does he? Blade Master coming in. No invols, by the way. Basically throughout this entire series by the Orc. Going for the DK immediately. Coil onto the one Grunt, which he will be able to kill. Trades it for a Ghoul, and yeah, TP saves him.
Yeah, still okay. Trade for Happy. I mean, Town Portal for Grunt is nice. Yeah, it's 1,000 gold for Happy before he rebought the Town Portal, so a lot of resources for the Russian, while OrcWorker is constantly sitting in low upkeep. He has 3 Kodos, by the way.
That's quite a few. Of course, two Kodos is very standard. If you lose one, you still have another one.
Yeah, Todd was laughing at me when I said that. But it's the truth, right?
Yeah, it's the truth, absolutely.
It's the backup Kodo.
It certainly is. Alright, moving towards the Orc main again is Happy, trying to stack up a little more. We can now see the Lich with... Did he buy the Claws +9?
Yeah. Oh, the second one?
No, I think he bought the +6, right?
No, he bought the +9.
That's so expensive. Okay. And here we go! On towards the burrows. They aren't so vulnerable anymore, now with being fortified armor. And again, a TP will have to be bought. Is it on cooldown? No. Okay, here we go. SH coming in. DK level 4. And yeah, TP out will have to come. I don't think Happy lost anything here. Killing 2 peons and a burrow. And trading those TPs, which is of course so favoring him, with the upkeep still being the issue for the Orc.
This is kind of reminiscent of Grubby's play.
Yeah.
When he goes for Raiders and Pillage, and of course those two were teammates for a long time at EG. So maybe he learned a trick or two. But it's also very unusual for Happy, I'd say. He's the one with the great micro. He's the kid that astonishes us on a almost daily basis with saves and hero kills and blocks and fiend saves with Burrow and stuff like that. But this is absolutely not his play usually, but it works out so well.
Yeah. Comes to as a surprise to us. Maybe it comes as a surprise to OrcWorker as well. And maybe that's the reason Happy is going for this kind of style. By the way, he finally did decide to go into upkeep to build a big army, and he already has 62 supply, still 600 gold to spend. And he's going to be shooting ahead of OrcWorker, who is still supply blocked, man. Alright, it just changed. He just got the burrow ready. But this is going to be a big disparity in army size.
Yeah, it sounds like a broken record, but it really is the big deal. OrcWorker can't get an open fight. His army is pretty good for that, especially if he fights here at the tavern now with a good speed scroll and then eating 3 fiends or whatever. That would be great. Pitlord again.
It's a level 1 Windwalk, by the way. He did decide to go for the crit. Alright, Destroyers, mass morph again. 73 supply suddenly for Happy. And this is looking scary for OrcWorker. But he has to fight this. The army is too slow. Can't get away. First Kodo Beast with a Nova and the Focus Fire will evaporate. The heal wave is not enough at all to save it. The backup Kodo number 1 dies quickly as well. Now going for the backline for the Berserkers is the undead player. I think he killed 1 statue, or wasn't even being morphed. Happy is basically losing nothing in this fight. Still 75 supply, saves the Destroyers to the back, whereas Workers' supply is dropping rapidly, down to 41 only remaining. Again, he's ignoring the heroes, only going for the units, and he's just cleaning house right now. Howl of Terror, one after another coming in. The damage is so insufficient. Basically no anti-air anymore. Level 2 for the Pitlord here, getting so many kills in this fight. With the last Kodo is still standing, but not for too much longer. He is destroying the Belarusian in this fight. It is so one-sided, to be honest. Level 4 for the Lich now. Blade Master finally getting focus. Still has the greater healing to go. Is he gonna be forced to use it? I guess he would be, but it's GG anyways. Man, oh man. That was rough.
It was super one-sided. I mean, the best chance that OrcWorker had was on Last Refuge with the Book of the Dead. Afterwards, it was all downhill. There was not a second on Echo Isles where I thought, okay, OrcWorker feels comfortable here.
Yeah. I had such high hopes for him, man, with that win in Jera Cup recently.
Yeah, but Happy is just too strong. He's a different level. He's the opus magnum of European Warcraft, and he shows why.
Something that we haven't mentioned